go.
Are we JK rolling?
What?
Sure are.
JK
After
rolling.
missing a couple. Last week we didn't have it.
Right.
Yeah, it's good to be back again. I mean,
Yeah.
we missed a week. I'll have withdrawal, man, this week.
We got Mike back with us tonight.
Yes.
Working
Welcome,
in his
Mike.
house.
Absolutely.
So,
Marshall! Oh,
He's out here.
he's in the office.
He's fishing.
he's
Cut out.
fishing.
Cut out.
Get his cut out. Hey, I can't thank these guys enough.
Ah.
They threw me a bash for retirement. They didn't have to even say boo, but they did. And folks showed up. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for these guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug Claire.
He's so full of gratitude, he made us salmon patties tonight.
Oh,
And how's that blood
Smell-o-vision.
pressure working? How's that blood pressure?
Hey, I'm not kidding you. I took it twice. It dropped.
Yeah.
It was 160 over 100.
You look 20 years younger.
And you saw
Yeah.
it was 117 over 60.
Oh,
When you took some
What did that?
medicine? Or-
Salmon
got away
patties?
from the kids. He
I
retired.
just retired.
Oh.
Man.
That's
I
good
thought-
medicine, I guess.
I
Right?
thought we were
Yeah.
talking about the salmon patties. Like, I need to take some of them.
No kidding, man. I thought we were talking about medications or something.
You know,
Seeing what they were cooked in, I thought they were going to be the opposite.
Okay, so DT
Yes, sir.
provided the bourbon tonight.
All of them.
Well, I thought I was going to, but these guys say they swapped some things out.
you got a transplant, I think.
So we have no idea what we're drinking.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay,
Surprises.
we changed it up. We all have a Karen for each, so we can do a direct compare.
So we'll go all the way around with each.
We're
We'll just
gonna
do
really
a
waste
pour
time.
and do the raw dog if you want to and all that, but you don't have to drink all your Karen, obviously, until you want to.
Yeah.
You
think
can
that's a
compare.
great idea,
You
by
can
the way. This is cool.
Jordy, you gonna start us off, babe?
Sure. So it says you don't have to drink it all. So you can just
Number A,
compare and compare.
Karen comparing. Karen's in
4 years old.
He's already called the
No,
age on it.
What
4
is
years
that?
old.
4 years, 7
7.5.
months to be
They
exact.
can smell those years.
Part of this come from
It
Eastern
does-
Day Farm.
does it
Grain.
taste that
Part of
way?
it come from a. This one was on the side of the Lost River.
I gotta get the ice cream out of my mouth here.
Being nice and creamy.
Nutty. Essence of pecan.
We got some strange feedback going on over
Yeah. A little bit.
Peanut Gallery dumped a bunch of vanilla into vodka. And they're just laughing at us tonight.
there. She's sweet.
You're like deep in thought, man. I mean,
Yeah. Trying to really concentrate on the smell.
Everything Huddy does, he gives 110%. I will say that.
Oh, come on. You got to give me a little more than that.
120%.
That is a fact. It might not be the best 120 that you can get.
Smells good.
It'd be my 120.
Yeah. Different on the can. I got heavy oak on that one.
Heavy
Oak.
ethanol.
Heavy oak.
On
is
the
that
lips.
Oak.
what- Oak. Heavy oak. Yeah.
Heavy.
Heavy ethanol. Heavy
On
oak.
the palate, heavy ethanol.
Is that what you say?
I don't know.
Is that what you say?
Ethanol?
That, I mean, that's
Is that olive
what you
oil,
experience,
say, bread? But you
Towards
smell
the
it all
back
time,
end
so
of
it's
the
recent.
palate.
It's maybe
I mean,
that's
I don't not like it because of that. I
any
just,
sawdust or you taste
totally
the long
different
grain.
now.
mostly long grain.
Like it finishes quick.
Oh, it smells, man.
Get fruity. Sure.
a very quick, uneventful finish.
It is. I mean, it hits you hot and then whoop, where'd
You know,
says that all the time.
I'm getting a,
Story of my life.
I'm getting a smoky bark smell.
Smoky bars.
Smoky bark. And I've not had a smoky bark kind of smell before.
She leaves fast.
Little spice. Just a little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of wet.
You get in
But
on
good.
that just burn your eyes almost. I mean,
Yeah.
Number A, Mrs. Bartley.
not a fan.
Well, I shouldn't say not a fan. I'm just going to see what else is out there.
I think it's young though.
Yes.
The palate.
If it's 4 years old,
Be
I'll be
surprised.
impressed.
Yeah.
First one.
But it smells like a new backpack.
The Trapper Keeper.
Do
For
what?
some reason, it's taken me back to like grade school when you get a new backpack right before school starts. That smell.
I get that. That's kind of what I was calling the wet bark.
Teacher ought to know what a backpack smells like.
You know, we don't get a whole lot at our level.
No, backpacks.
We really don't.
Like a new Trapper Keeper.
Kind of thinking this could have possibly fell off of a Trent Slaughter box.
Oh, God bless. I wasn't going to say it.
I don't think it's quite. No.
Mmm. Mmm.
That's definitely darker.
She is dark. I think it's a rum.
So, crack mark.
Shoot for a while. See him spinning across the table and there.
This is double oaked and
I did do that once upon a time.
it's finished in something. Hence
That one
the
is?
darkness and the flavor. Gallery, can you tell us if these are all bourbons, please?
They are.
How do you know they swapped one out? Two out.
He swapped it out for a bourbon. Am
It's
I correct?
caramel?
You said that, yes.
It's smoke. It's oak. I like this one.
Vanilla and
This is the
Granny
winner.
Smith covered them all.
This is the winner.
Big
Bubble gum, grape
red.
soda.
Drop of water really taking
If this one doesn't win, forget about it.
Forget about it.
those right out of lot.
That's it, huh?
It's pretty dang good. Although it's not very complex, but it has a good flavor, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Doesn't hang around.
It's not like a Booker's to me, where Booker's is very complex and very good. This just has a good flavor, not super complex. It's definitely, if you're going just off of taste, I mean, it kills that.
It's dark, but it's a little red.
I'm excited.
Man,
Yes.
Mm. not what I get.
Sherry.
I get vinegar.
Sherry barrels.
Wow, I get acetone from the smell.
Fruity, vinegar.
Last time I drank acid.
I know, right?
Those were hard times.
Nail polish remover.
I'm not kidding you. How weird's that?
Wow.
It smells just like acetone.
Tastes very butterscotchy to me.
Oh, yeah.
The taste is way different than the smell.
So which is better, taste or smell?
The taste.
Huge butterscotch.
Yeah, now we're talking.
I got that too. I mean, that first hit was
Sawdust.
Hmm. Sawdust. Not long grain.
yeah. This smells like a finished in something.
It is. Has to be.
You get a lot of barrel in it, do you?
Not, I get a little oak, but I get more of a, there's more of a fruit flavor, but I still get that. Out of that, I got a
Really?
regular hit right up front. I still get a little out of this.
Wait.
Hmm.
It drinks different than the first 100 times. To me, the taste just kind of.
I get that.
Cherries.
I get that. Maybe not acetone, but definitely
Nail polish.
like some sort of cleaner chemical.
Hello?
Yeah.
Like out of the
First hit for sure.
turpentine.
Those legs, Jordy.
Oh yeah.
Thick.
She got some thick fat legs.
TFL.
Big leg of woman.
Oh yeah, she does too. Oh man, fast too. I like the whip.
Whoa. That's what I thought too.
I'm definitely getting some flavors on the nose. I just don't know which ones. Caramel vanilla.
I mean, for sure, sweet.
Let me see here.
It's butterscotchy.
I do get I think you're smelling aldehydes, and you're calling them acetones.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Aldehyde?
Aldehydes.
Is that related to the same stuff they use in the phenol?
Formaldehyde, that
Not to be confused with Naugahyde.
aldehyde.
Weather.
Or formaldehyde. Rich Corinthian notes.
It's amazing. It smells like acetone and sweet at the same time. How's that possible?
High proof.
Is that right?
I think so.
I think I'm smelling the corn.
I don't think it's very hot.
Big.
I'm getting a lot of flavors, but I can't separate them out.
Yeah. So tough time.
Keep them separated.
Juicy fruit.
It is definitely. I think it's finished in a rum barrel. That's where the butterscotch comes from. It's my guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it was a higher proof, I would love this.
I think it's 80.
I said
No kidding.
I put it 82.6, but
No kidding.
yeah.
Okay. Let's see number C.
Gosh, fucking bossy bud.
Ready to go.
This, the first one though, smelling back at it after I put that drop of water in it, I got it's like
It smells like
Gun.
cola.
CLP.
This smells like a roadie, buddy.
I
It smells like cola.
Oh yeah. Like but when you go back to it after smelling this for a couple minutes, and you're like, oh yeah.
This reminds me of myself in 8th grade.
Which we have a photo somewhere.
Young and weak.
It does smell like a Coke. It smells like a Coke.
I don't smell the boner in the waistband.
Give it a minute. She'll appear.
Root of the blues.
Very grainy.
Get nothing out of the bottle.
I know.
It's weak. It's weak.
Well, I mean,
It's weak to the nose.
look,
Nothing. Yeah. Clear.
it might be 64 proof.
What's the
See,
lowest?
I'm
it
getting
can't.
the rum.
I'm
I'm getting the rum and smell on this.
What's the lowest? 80. 80.
80.
Okay.
Little popcorn.
That's crazy. I mean, there's
Okay. Not much, man.
And luckily, the palate matches it.
A little eggnog on the nose.
There's some slack fruit.
Get a little something out.
Little spearmint
Nutty.
gum.
I actually kind of like the flavor. It's like
It's not bad.
wet grain.
I just wish you didn't have to dig for it.
I mean, really, if I would have had this in like 7th or 8th grade, you could have drank the whole bottle.
Yeah. What else you got?
This is smooth.
I find doing it this way, we talk a lot less.
You do.
With 3 glasses out here.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
just
probably like super boring for our viewers.
I know.
We're 3 or 4.
You got any good jokes, man?
You know what I mean?
You got any good jokes?
I
Anybody
got
got
a
any good
good
jokes?
vasectomy joke, but it's not. I'm not going to.
Any song and dance or?
We could break out the song and dance.
But comparing real quick, these still here is really good.
I think for me, C is the most user friendly. It's
User friendly as far as.
Anybody could drink this. You could give it
I
to
agree.
a person that did not drink bourbon that wanted to try it. I mean,
Beginner
they could.
Beginner bourbon.
I don't think it's.
I like it better than the first one.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, for me.
it's a simple one. It's very simple.
I still have that wet bark sort of smell. A lot of sawdust.
Yeah, silly putty.
Silly putty.
Get some black tea on number 3.
Black
number
tea?
C.
Hmm.
A, B, C.
Yeah.
On the nose, not on the palate. Don't get much on the palate. But it is
Good
useful.
after bitter linger with this stuff. After about a minute, I start feeling bitter in my mouth. After it's just settled.
After C.
After I take a sip of this.
Of C.
And it's not bitter at all going down.
Mhm.
It's strange.
But the finish.
All 3 of these are going to be roadies for me. If I'm wanting to get to point B, I'm going to pick one of these. I'm not going to sit down and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Have we had these before?
Anybody know? Have we had these before?
I know the one I brought. I don't know if it made the showcase. We've not had it,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's made the showcase.
I don't think we had the other 2 that I think they put in there.
Well,
I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
so A, to me, is my number 3.
Okay.
I got too many bad notes. I like proof of it more than the other two, but that's the only characteristic of it I like.
Do you have it as the highest?
Yes.
I do too.
I do too.
I had put 100. What'd you put?
I put 92.
I put 90
On A,
on it.
I
Yeah.
put 90, then I switched it to 96.
I put 100 on A.
B, I picked as my number 1 just because it has all the sweet butterscotch. There is that little kind of red wine vinegar smell I'm getting on top of the butterscotch, but it has a nice drink to it. I'm not going to say that I'd go out and buy these, but I wouldn't turn them down. And then C was real soft and subtle, but had some weird nose, like first time I've ever smelled a black tea, almost like a brewed tea in a bourbon. Nutty, fruity, popcorn, but it's too soft and subtle. It's not what I'm looking for in a bourbon or in a whiskey. So that's my lineup. B wins, C's runner up, and A, she gets Miss Congeniality.
Buddy, what'd you think, man?
Okay. On A, I put the rankings first of all is the same as Cody at 1 for B, but I went with A number 2 and C number 3. On A, I wrote citrusy, spicy, and soapy. Have you ever had a soapy?
Did you make the list?
It's on there.
It's on there.
So, boom.
Yeah, but on the palate, I had woody and char on the palate on A. I had the proof 100 on A. On B, like I said, I had the very first smell was acetone or some kind of nail polish. But then the more that now I go back and smell after all 3 are here, and I'm smelling more buttery and sweet and softer notes as I smell it again. On the palate, I had a little bit of char, and it was a thick. It's thick on the palate, I thought. And I had the proof at 96. That's probably not. I'm gonna change that to 100 on the proof on that one. And then C was just weak with the nose, a little earthy, no bite on the palate, a little bit of an after bitter taste after it sits for a minute or so, to me. So I had B is 1, A is 2, C is 3.
Yeah, I didn't like to finish on any of them, really.
Yeah, after they sit a while,
Yeah.
but B was my best. So
Still thinking?
So for me, A was my number 3, and to me that it hit with a real strong spice up front that just really dissipated. You know, it didn't hang around long. It just, and I like that. I
on
like
A,
the
are you talking
spice.
A?
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it disappeared.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, that 30-second kind of lingering spice explosion. That's something that I typically would favor. And that kind of had it up front, but then it's just gone. It's just, for me, it's just real gone. And I agreed with a couple of you guys that had just a real, almost an overbearing alcohol, you know, to it, almost kind of burnt your eyes a little bit. I thought that was fairly hot at 95 on A. For me, 2 was B, and to be fair, I don't know, that's the only one I did a raw dog with, and it just bit me. And I don't know, I mean,
On C?
On B.
On B.
yeah, and it's not done that out of the Karen, but man, out of the raw dog, it just kind of got me. And I don't know if that kind of skewed me there a little bit, but I just didn't get a lot of spice out of that either. I thought it was the sweetest of the 3, for sure. Had it at 85, and then for me, I just and I think remembering the last time I was here and this, I think I'm a very simple bourbon guy. I don't, and I think that's because I'm still a fairly young bourbon guy. I mean, if you don't count the years of drinking handles of Jack or Jim Beam back in college, but
Jack Beam.
yeah. So for me, I think that was just a very, I don't know that balance is the right word, but it just wasn't an overwhelming bourbon. And I don't know sometimes if that's not a bad thing, just to to me it was the most drinkable of the three. And I'm very much like you. I don't know that I would want to go buy any of those.
Right.
So for me, C was number one, and I'm probably going to be the only guy that C is number one.
Number one.
But I think that's a little unfair because that B just really kind of bit me. I mean, my eyes almost watered. I was just like, oh. So if I would have poured it just in the Karen, then maybe it would have been a little better.
What'd you say on the proofs on those?
95, 85, 80.
So your favorite was 80.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yours were pretty close to mine on proof. I had 90, 86, 80 on A, B, and C. And I ranked them all number 3. They, this A had an interesting nose that I keep smelling wet bark. Not in a bad way, just kind of like you're mushroom hunting and you find some, fresh wet bark and you're like, yeah, we might find some fungus today. This one had just so many different flavors, but they didn't play real well together. Like a whole lot of barrel. A lot of barrel.
And the finish on B was just too sweet for me, really. I mean, it was my number one, but it was still just kind of too much. It's like it's trying too hard.
And C, it was smooth. It'd make a nice mixture. And it went down easy. I didn't get a whole lot of harshness out of it. Like you had a little bitter finish, you said. I tried to taste for that. I didn't quite get that. This one did, though. I had a bitter finish on B.
On B.
Yeah. But this one, none of them thrilled me to the point like that Knob Creek Rye or Jim Beam Double Oak.
So for me, nose and palate, I ranked them. For me, nose, I thought B. I enjoyed the smell of it the most. I got caramels. I was getting some sort of crazy chemical smell. Maybe corn, juicy fruit, and pipe tobacco. A little bit afterwards on the empty
On
glass.
B?
On
Yep.
B.
So my number 2 on nose would be C. I think C is finished in something. To me, it's got a rum smell.
C, not B?
C. I think C is finished in a rum cask for some reason. It's getting sugary.
No, I got an infinity board.
A,
All of the above.
plastic, oak, silly putty. I'm getting a little bit of leather.
Dang, tell me more. Where can I buy a case?
Are you talking B now?
That was A.
Oh, A.
Yep. On palate, B was my number 1. I'm getting cherry, I'm getting leather. What does that say? Something. Can't remember out of there.
Heavy cut.
Heavy cut. I don't know where it
Heavy
was.
cut flour.
Flavor.
Flavor.
B is my
Oh no, I know what I'm thinking. I think lower proof, so I think it was heavily cut.
Oh, yeah. Heavy cut. Gotcha.
On palate, A was my number 2. A lot of oak. I'm getting tannins. I got the dry tongue. C was my 3rd on the palate. It's weak, user friendly. My proofs, I went 100, 94, and 84.7. And yeah, so I'm going to agree with everybody else. I enjoyed trying them. I'm not going to buy them. If I had them, I'm going to mix them all. So.
That.
Well,
Toby, you're up.
where I'm at is I found that I lean more towards the nose. I can just sit here and just smell these like for 10 minutes and then finally take a sip.
And I
Smell
think
another 10 minutes.
to me, the noses were more pleasurable than the
Yeah,
palate.
I agree. And so the nose
Is that
always
pretty
kind of
good?
tips the scale, I guess is what I'm trying to say with me. The nose always tips the scale if I'm kind of,
Earthy.
so 2 and 3 or A and C were very, very close as far as in my ranking, and I ended up putting C as my number 3. And that was compared to A, ended up being my number 2. They were really, really close on my ranking. I like B the best. It's weird that you said this, but I really feel like B and C were finished in something. I feel like B was finished in like wine, some sort of wine barrel or something sweet. And then I agree with you. I think C was finished in a rum cask. I just get that rum, buttery.
Mhm.
It's very subtle though on the nose, and it's very subtle on the palate.
Yeah.
So my proof guesses were A, I had at 102, B, I had at 90, and C, I had at 86. So again, my rankings were A was my second, B was my number 1, C was 3. That's all I got. That's a wrap.
Hmm.
Anybody left?
Yeah.
Did Jordan do?
Jordy?
Jordan?
Unimpressed across the board. B was a little too sweet for me on the ends, but still ranked at number 1. Very butterscotchy. It's like a butterscotch disc, you know, those little yellow discs that come in the cheap wrapper at the doctor's office. C was like a wet grain. Smelled like cola. Very weak. Or at least it felt weak. I mean, the finish and the proof felt weak. A, quick, uneventful finish. Probably less than 4 years old. I had 90 proof, then moved it to 96. A lot of ethanol. A3, 1B, just because it's the lesser of 3 evils, probably. And C2. I think B is finished in a rum cask. And C, it's got something weird going on with it. I don't know what its deal is. Probably finished in something also, like you two said. But
I put a wine finish.
80, and I had 80 for B, 85 for C, but then I also made a note that said you could flip flop them. They're very close. They're within 5 proof points of each other, I think. So without further ado,
Proof points on B and C. You had.
I think B and
pretty
C are
close.
within. I had you could flip flop them. I think they're within 5 proof points of each other.
I'm probably way off on that.
Do you have
Because
any
now
idea-
that I go back and smell
Do
B,
you have any ideas what you think they might be?
as far as
No.
exactly,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as far as product, yeah.
No.
let's place your bets, boys. Here we go.
So I don't have exact.
One of them is probably a fucking Basil Hayden.
Yeah, Jordan loves Basil Hayden.
No, Jordan
And
hates
Willie.
it. That's why I wouldn't even know what it tastes like. But one of them very well could be Basil Hayden. Probably A. If
What do
I
you
had
want?
to guess, A is Basil
So
Hayden.
What do you want to see first?
B reminds me of Starlight finished in the sherry barrels, but it's just not
as good.
hot.
It's
It's
not
not
as
as good, and it's not as hot.
It's too
You
sweet.
want
I don't know what that
to?
sweet
A lot of you had beef for number 1. You want to
Yep.
see? You want to see
Yeah,
that one first?
CB. CB first.
Number B.
I hope these aren't shit we gave him the other night. Woodford double oaked.
Woodford double oak.
Nice.
I'm bummed out.
A lot of people love that.
Nice.
I've never had that.
God, a lot of people
Me
love
neither.
this.
I haven't.
Like people
love
say,
it.
like to the point where you can't find it sometimes.
It's
People
hard.
love
It is
so
hard.
much.
This was
How
hard.
much
to
is
find.
that?
They make a double oaked also.
Do they?
Yeah,
Nice.
65.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I love.
What's the
regular
proof on
Woodford.
that? What's the proof?
Regular Woodford's my go-to for a roadie.
Holy shit, 90 proof really hides it. That sweetness really hides
I
it.
picked
90
9.
proof.
Well,
82.
Boom.
90.4.
Oh, and let me put a 0.4 here.
Okay.
For a correction.
Well, I don't want you parading around like you got it exactly right.
Well, I'm a peacock thing out. Peacock.
I like it.
Let's see
Even though
what.
it's
Did you
not
bring
like
the double
acetone
oak?
at first.
Let's see number 8.
That's crazy. I drink
Hey.
that a lot.
I'm ashamed I didn't know
This
it.
is A. Here we go.
Noble Oak
Noble Oak.
from the farm of
Noble
Greg.
Oak.
So what's that all about?
Where's
I have
it
no
from?
idea.
Where
Somebody
is
gave
it?
it to me.
Yeah.
And
Kentucky.
it's a double oak as well.
Jamie Bledsoe gave that.
Bourbon
Really?
whiskey finished. This is finished with sherry oak staves, 90 proof.
And that is
I was
A.
fucking right. I should have
90.
marked that out.
I did have 90 on
Whoa.
Yeah, 90. This is A.
That's
that.
9.
And
And
sherry.
that's finished in what?
It's just not fair. No, it's not finished in a sherry barrel. It's finished with sherry oak staves, probably thrown
Staves.
into the
Okay,
barrel.
so extra staves.
Probably thrown into the barrel.
Who's making this?
Yeah. No.
MGV?
Yes.
Greg Noble.
Distilled in Indiana, bottled by Shelby Noble Oak Spirits Company. Yes, it's made in Lawrenceburg, so
MGP.
it's probably.
You brought this stuff?
I put 4 year. I put less than 4 year on that, which is or no A. I put less than 4 year, which this probably is. I put 4 year on that, which is probably pretty close. That's probably
I thought it
5.
was 100.
And I didn't put a year on
What's
6.
proof on it?
And a bite.
90.
At the very, very beginning, initial bite.
So you think that's
And this was
why?
what, 90?
90.
90.4.
The which one? The last
90.4.
You think our bite in the first in A.
Yep.
Is
Wow.
that right?
9.4.
This was B, or no, that was B.
Don't know if it's
A.
a high right.
That's
Oh,
B.
it might be.
Ready for C.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
C.
well, I had something, but evidently they switched it out to something else.
Yeah, that's the one.
They used
Ah.
it's a second.
Hard truth.
Henry Sipes.
Take it out.
Yeah, read it off.
Hard Truth,
You don't know their nature.
Henry A. Sipes,
It's rum.
blended and rested, Brown County, Indiana.
Not made there, though.
No, just rested. 45%, 90 proof.
Wow.
Let me see that real quick.
This is C.
Yep. So right below Henry A. Sipes, straight bourbon whiskey finished in rum cask.
But I smell
So they were all 90s pretty well. It was finished in a rum cask.
it. Yes.
Yep.
So that was the first hard truth product I've had. I did not really care for.
I actually ranked it third. That's when I brought it.
What's that?
What is it? Go get it.
Oh, it's save it for later. Save it for later.
Stave it for
Let
later.
me see your double O, DT.
So that one was a 90 as well.
I see why people go crazy for that because it's sweeter. I just don't.
This was C,
I used
right?
to drink.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Was that
I mean,
90? The one I brought
Yes.
there? 90?
Yeah. You brought this? Toby?
Yeah. Yep.
So the highest proof we drank tonight was 90.4.
Yeah. They were 90, 90, 90.4.
That's kind of unusual.
Yeah.
Usually we always have 100 sometimes.
Yeah. I brought 3 90s before, back when we brought 3, you know, all of us.
I brought 130.
2 one time.
Whatever Jim Beam is doing to double oak it, they're doing it right.
Yeah.
That surprised me because I liked it. I had that.
I almost
I
brought.
don't know. It just got me.
I almost brought this one, and Jim Beam
This?
double oak, just to make them all double oak.
So are you gonna buy it again?
I would always keep this because people that don't drink a lot of bourbon really like it.
Well, they go for the Woodford, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they like that. I think it's that sweetness.
Right.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
So I've had 4 other double oaks since that was my first double oak, and I thought I loved it. And then I've had 4 others, and I went back to that, and I finished it like it was a Beams 8-star. I just was mixing it. I was like, get it out of here.
I would like
But
to
then
try
what was weird is I ranked it number 1 tonight, so
their double oaked is gift shop only.
Oh yeah.
double oak. So it's finished in a 3rd barrel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now wait a minute, double. That's 4 times.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
called double oak.
Okay.
Double drill. Okay.
It's probably
Maybe
just
it's
one
finished 2 more times.
They're just using that as
Who's making this?
you're thinking like real the way
I heard they get it-
actually it's staged, right? Doesn't it?
You gotta
Too
stop at
small.
Wallace Station if you go to the gift shop.
It's gonna be what?
Finished
You ever
bottle
go to-
by Hard Truth.
I've been to that.
Nashville, Indiana.
Place.
Did you eat at
So,
Wallace Station? when
They're
you were
making
buying
that
No.
in-house?
Where is it?
No,
I did not.
the first thing they've
You want
made and
Bourbon?
bottled in
No.
house was
Triple
that.
D.
Sour
Dogfish.
Mash?
Yeah.
Where is it? Is that like?
No, that's
Louisville?
sourced. Or
Midway.
believe me, you think they wouldn't put on there that it was
About
made
Lexington?
there?
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
so-
I heard they were getting some stuff from
It
Dickel,
used to
but
be an
that's
old
probably
train
from
station,
MGP.
And they converted it into.
To me, that is wrong.
And now it is a
Smell
ghetto
wrong.
looking restaurant.
That's probably why I
How
got
far
the
from
cola
this place?
smell on it, because rum reminds me of the
Oh,
cola.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I had on the nose.
Like
It's
a
on
double,
that-
like
it's on
an
that-
old double
that
cola.
East-West road.
Remember
Yeah.
double cola?
Okay.
Yeah. I see that.
It's called
Been
Wallace
3 or
Station.
4 years ago,
But
but
if you go back, absolutely go in there and get the hot brown burger. I think it was.
Sherry
What's the name of the
Shack?
place?
Wallace
Sherry
Station.
Wallace Station. Wallace Station.
Give me a second here and I'll find you. I took a picture of it. I ate
Super.
there twice.
Well,
Super.
I can say that
Well,
I
like
finished
everything steaks, burgers.
where I ranked the double up
I mean,
1 and 2.
Dude, it is pretty basic inside, so don't get.
Interesting.
They're just killers.
Did I rank the one that I, yeah, I ranked that
They've
one.
got their triple D
Because I kept getting
sign in there.
CLE smell.
I
Nice.
think it's funny that I ranked the one I crossed last, but it's honestly what I
Wallace Station.
Awesome lineup.
Absolutely.
I'd never had the double oak from Woodford.
Well, that's the whole thing, man. That's the cool part to me. I mean, I've done this twice, and I learned something every time. And you keep expanding, you know, your comfort zone. On, I would buy that. I wouldn't buy that.
Yeah.
You know,
Man, this one is just.
And then you go,
I have a
got-
single barrel
I
pick
got
of
2
this
bottles
that's
of that.
actually really good.
It's not Bob.
So I thought it was cool. I brought the Hard Truth because we'd had 3 other Hard Truths before and they were all rye.
Yes. And we love them.
Yeah. And I don't hate that. I don't think it's like a "Ugh, I don't like it type of thing, but I'm with you, it's roadie.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some that I'm like, yeah, next.
I agree.
I tell you what I like.
Sour.
I like this ink.
So, besides the double oak, what else is Woodford making?
Woodford.
That's it?
And then twice a year they do like a Masters collection. I think it's called a Masters collection. I've got them from the past couple of years.
that's-
So they'll do like a
that's on
barrel.
the wall outside.
They'll do like a barrel proof
that's-
chocolate
you can slide
malt.
that.
They do something. They do something different twice a year.
Nice.
But Woodford is just
Nice
Woodford. Woodford double oak,
burger.
double oak, rye. They make a Woodford rye, and then a Woodford.
Looks like my kind of place.
Oh yeah.
They do like a 4 grain. They do some special gift shop only stuff, but then their Masters Select or their Masters whatever that they come out with, I think twice a year. Those are their limited releases.
So Woodford is first cousins with Old Forester.
Okay, so it's a Brown Foreman,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I about said George Foreman.
George Foreman.
It's a George Foreman.
George Foreman.
George Foreman product.
Yeah.
Their distillery is beautiful. Their gift shop, the
Really
the
is.
entry, like the
Really
whole.
is.
It's a beautiful place.
Great couple hours.
Which all of them are anymore. But
I'm sure.
Awesome.
What's the word on the French lick thing?
Month and a half,
Yeah.
we'll have it.
And the one we tasted and liked,
Did not get it.
will it be available?
At the show.
They're gonna do
Is
it
that
on their
because
own.
we didn't get it? Because what?
They didn't want to get rid of it.
We showed them what their best one was, and
Was
they
it
wanted to
limited
keep it.
edition or something
Yeah.
the last time I was here?
And their food bar that I wanted to try is a in shop only.
Yeah.
They're selling it food bar, but you gotta go to gift shop and buy it. I'm like, let me try that girl. Nah, come on, just drill it. Let me try it. She would. She would.
So, but yeah, so I don't. When did we talk to her? Last month,
Yeah, what's her name?
Valvoline.
Laurleen, so you're getting what, a little bit different?
So we're getting our
there.
second choice, the
Yeah.
Heritage. So when we went up into the Rick House,
In that bar, the
Yes.
red bar? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
so the one that he made from the corn that they developed and
The
grew.
heirloom corn.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. Now that you say that.
And we're in talks for something on the other barrel, other half barrel. So maybe.
So hopefully August we'll have speakeasy barrel pick.
Great.
Yep.
Can't wait,
We'll have birthday bourbon.
We'll have
Speakeasy
birthday.
That's right.
It'd be a party. Sounds like a party to me.
Great lineup.
Yep.
Loved it.
Super cool test here.
Next week, hopefully the gang will all be back. And
Great
we'll do
lineup.
it again.
Didn't care for it. I'm just being honest.
Great lineup.
I'm with you on that.
Woodford's crying.
Hey, I tell you, I got a single barrel pick of this that's really good.
Yeah.
That one was just a really super sweet bottle to me. But anyway,
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Love you.
Hugs and kisses.
Peace.
we love all 11 of you. We'll see you next week.
Like, subscribe.
Slam that button.
Slam it.